Today we're going to be learning how to crochet this quick and easy cat ear beanie. This is a great project for beginners and it works up super quick. I will be working through each one of the stitches with you as we use them, and all you're going to need for this project is some worsted weight for acrylic yarn. You can use as many or as few colors as you'd like, and if you need to change the weight or type of yarn that you're using, that is totally okay, because I will be explaining how to change the size of your beanie and how to make it fit comfortably for you. You're also going to need a 5.5mm hook. Again, if you need to change the size of your hook, that is okay. You're going to need a pair of scissors and a tapestry needle, and we can go ahead and get started. If you'd like to follow along with the written version of the pattern, I'm also going to leave a link for that down in the description. The first thing that we need to do is make a slip knot, and you can do this by wrapping your yarn around your fingers and across. I like to pinch that yarn tail with my thumb. Then I'm taking my pointer finger on my opposite hand and I'm placing that under the first strand of yarn and over the second. Then I'm just going to flip that second strand of yarn up and pull it tight. Let's do that one more time. Wrap the yarn around your fingers and across. Pinch the yarn tail with your thumb. Place your finger on your opposite hand under that first strand and over the second. Then flip that second strand up and pull it tight. Now that we have our slip knot, we can go ahead and get started on our chain. To make a chain, we're going to yarn over and pull that directly through the loop on our hook. That makes one chain. Again, yarn over and pull that directly through the loop on your hook. I'm going to be making 65 chains in total, but you just want your chain to fit comfortably around your head. Okay, now that I have my 65 chains, we're going to make one double crochet into each one of our chains for the entire row, for row 1. And we need to start in the third chain from the hook, which is going to be right here. You can see 1, 2, and 3. And to make our first double crochet, we're going to yarn over, insert the hook into that third chain, yarn over and pull up a loop so that you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2 to make your double crochet. Again, let's yarn over, insert the hook into that next chain, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2 to make our next double crochet. So we're going to repeat that all the way down until we make it to our very last chain. And I will meet you back here. Okay, I'm at the end of the row. I still have one double crochet to make, but I want to show you how to change colors if you'd like to. You should end this row, if you started with 65, you should have 63 double crochets in total. And if you do not want to change colors, go ahead and start on row 2. You can skip this section after you've made this last double crochet. If you'd like to change colors for any row, we're going to start the double crochet stitch and pull through those first 2 loops on the hook, but I'm going to leave those last 2 loops. This is just the way that I like to do it. I'm going to cut my yarn and I'm going to leave a little bit of a yarn tail. Then I'm picking up my new yarn color and I'm going to pick it up, yarn over, and I'm going to pull that one through both of those loops on the hook. And we're going to start working with this new yarn color. I like to tie these 2 yarn tails together so that they do not come undone. Just like that. And then we can crochet around these 2 yarn tails as we work the next row to hide them. To get started on row 2, I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm flipping my work over so that I can start working back down in the opposite direction. Row 2 and onward is going to be exactly the same as in row 1. We're going to be placing 1 double crochet into each stitch for the entire row. And we're going to be skipping this chain that we made and going into this very first double crochet. You can see on the top we have these 2 V's, And we want to go completely underneath both of those V's to work our double crochet stitches. So to get started on row 2, I'm placing my first double crochet into this very first stitch. And I want to hide my yarn tails here from our color change. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab those and I'm going to pull them to the front here. And I want my hook to go under them. And I'm going to make my stitch around those yarn tails. Just like that. And as we work, it will hide those within the stitches. So let's make our next double crochet. I'm putting my hook under those 2 yarn tails and then completing the stitch. Just like that. So I'm going to continue making 1 double crochet into each stitch for the entire row, and I should end with 63 double crochets in total. Okay, I'm at the end of row 2 now, and it is really easy to miss this last stitch here, so make sure you don't miss that one. You should have the same number of stitches in each row. And I'm going to change colors again, the same way I did before. I started my double crochet. I'm going to cut my yarn. Then I'm picking up the new yarn color and pulling it through those last 2 loops on my hook. Then I'm going to tie these yarn tails together. And hide them in row 3. So let's get started on row 3. I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work so we can start working back in the other direction. Now row 3 onward is going to be exactly the same as row 2 and row 1. We're just going to place 1 double crochet into each stitch for the entire row. And you should have, again, the same exact number of stitches in each row. Okay, so I'm going to finish row 3 and I will meet you back here at the end. Okay, I'm at the end of row 3 now, and you can see how my yarn tails are woven in as I work. I'm going to continue row 3 until I reach row 20, and we should end up with basically a rectangle of fabric that when you fold it over is going to be the width of your hat, and the number of rows is going to be the height of your hat. And I want to have enough height so that I can fold the brim of my beanie up and still be able to wear it comfortably. I'm going to continue until I reach row 20 and I will meet you back here. Okay, I have just finished row 20, which is my last row. And you can kind of see now what this is going to look like when you put it on. I have enough room to wear my hat and also to fold up the brim. So go ahead and make sure that you're happy with the width and height of your hat. If you'd like to add or remove some rows, go ahead and do that before we move on to the next step. I'm going to go ahead and cut my yarn by chaining 1, cutting that yarn and pulling that yarn up through the chain that I made and pull that tight. Now the actual cat ear shape is going to be formed by the corners of the top of your hat when you put the hat on. So if you're a little bit confused and you're like, well, where's the cat ear shape? That is going to be formed when you actually wear the hat. So this rectangle of fabric is exactly what you should have. Okay, next we need to sew up the top and side edge of our hat. And I'm going to do this by taking an extra length of either of my yarn colors. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Just make sure you have enough to cover the top and side edge. And I'm going to attach that to my tapestry needle. Just like that. And I'm going to start at this bottom edge on the side. And I'm just going to tie my yarn onto that corner stitch. And now I'm just going to start sewing across both of the edges, back and forth, all the way up the side and along the top of my hat to attach both of those edges together. It does not have to be perfect. I'm actually going to flip my hat inside out once we get this step done, so you will not see this sewn edge. I just finished sewing up the side of my hat, and now I'm going to start sewing along the top edge here of my hat. And on the top edge, you should have these clearly defined stitches, so it's a little bit easier to determine where to sew. But again, I'm just going to work back and forth across both edges of my hat. Okay, I finished sewing along the top edge of my hat. Now I just need to tie a little bit of a knot and cut my yarn. And this step is completely optional, but I'm going to flip my hat inside out. I just feel like it looks a little bit cleaner. Okay, the very last step is going to be to weave in any yarn tails if you have them. Flip up the brim of your hat. And now your brand new cat hat is finished. I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you grabbed the written pattern, thank you so much. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys in the next tutorial.